I made these two baskets, a little coaster, and I'm trying to make a rug as well. All out of fabric twine I made out of nothing but scraps. To see how to make the twine, you can check out one of my older videos. The link is in the description below. When you have enough twine to get started, you can sew it together with your house sewing machine. Your bobbin thread will be showing on the outside and the spool thread on the inside of your basket. Choose a zigzag stitch that is wide enough to cover both sides of the twine you're sewing together. I used 5 wide and 2.5 long. Use the needle stop down function if you have that on your machine, because the pivoting at the start will get easier that way. I use the zigzag foot and keep the mark in the center between the two rows of rope. I use the heavy duty needle 9014. To make the base of a round basket, coil the thread in a little circle very tightly, make a little disc, and stitch this disc down. You can turn or just sew across the disc. When you start building up the base further, make sure your cord supply is coming out of the left side of the circle and you are turning the disc, the little circle, counterclockwise. So you keep your project on the left side. Once you have the base size you want, you can start building up the sides of the basket. Wet your hand under the base circle as close to the foot, the presser foot, as you can, and hold the base up against the side of the sewing machine. So turn your base as vertical as possible and continue sewing with the zigzag stitch. To end, you turn the end of your twine inwards, in between, and stitch it down with the zigzag stitch. For an oblong shaped basket, you start off the same way, but instead of making a little disc, a little circle, you just fold over the end about 2 inches or more, sew them together, and then continue adding twine around this little strip. To make a rug, you can build it up like the base of a basket, so round or oblong, or just line up the twine in parallel rows and make U-turns at the end. What is most difficult is keeping the project nice and flat. I will still need some practice here. And please share with us what you are making. Bye!